Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my channel. My name is Kaneshka and you're watching Life in a Slide. Now today's video is about a couple of cameras that I use for my documentary and street work, and I would like to discuss that with you. So without any further ado, let's get started. Alright, the first camera that I use basically for my street and documentary work is the X Pro 3. I've been using this camera for almost 4 years now, and I just love it. I mean, there's absolutely no question about it, and this camera is second to none in my opinion. I have done a detailed review about this camera. If you have not watched it, I would link that in the description or in the I button somewhere, and you can definitely watch it. It's very informative. If you still want to buy the camera in 2025, I think that video should be relevant. Let me talk about this camera as to why I'm still using it in 2025. The first thing that I want to talk about, how beautiful this camera is. Honestly, let me get started with that. I know this is a very controversial camera because when it came out, the tilting screen that does not, tilt completely, but it tilts to a certain angle. At least those days, that was new and people did not accept it. If you're like me, I mean, the entire experience of making an image counts. Getting a Z9 for street photography, a fast, all-around, amazingly focusing camera, does not work with me. I mean, I would never buy that camera for the street and documentary work. So I'm very particular about the entire experience because I love small bodies. Not entirely small, but yeah, the form factor of the X Pro 3 is really amazing for me. Works really well, so I really enjoy this camera. The Fujifilm X Pro 3 back in the days was one of the top of the line Fuji cameras. The image quality is still really good. It's got a 26 megapixel sensor. The ISO performance is absolutely fine with me as long I do not shoot in the night, so this is not a camera for that purpose. If you want to shoot in the night, then I think you should go ahead with one of the full frames or maybe a different camera, but not this one. I easily push the ISO until ISO 6400 and I'm happy with the image quality, especially the Fujifilm simulations. I mean, everything about this camera is just brilliant for me. The lenses that I use with this camera is the 18-55 that is attached. Well, I did buy a couple of lenses in the past for this particular camera, but I did not keep them because I did not like them. I did not use any other focal length other than a 28mm and a 40 or 50mm. Recently I've started using 40mm, but prior to that I used two focal lengths. One was 28 and the other was 50. This lens, the 18-55, is definitely optically really good. The images coming out of this camera with this particular lens is absolutely beautiful, very sharp. It's an optically stabilized lens, so that really works. But I don't use the zoom capabilities of this lens. Very rarely if I need it, but most of the times it's at 18mm and the aperture that I get is 2.8. 18mm corresponds to 28mm on a full frame, so I use this particular focal length. And the other lens that I use is my recent purchase. This is the Viltrox 27mm 1.2. Trust me, this is a gem of a lens. I mean, you cannot get a better 40mm lens. So 27 1.2 on a crop sensor is equivalent to 41mm. I'm not sure, but 41mm on a full frame. And this is a very sharp lens, amazingly built. It's completely metal, very hefty lens. I mean, I anticipated the size to be a little bit smaller than when I got the lens in my hands. Like it's pretty heavy. So that's something that does concern me sometimes. But the image quality that I get out of this camera, out of this lens, has totally compensated for that. While I'm carrying two cameras, one of the camera would have a 28mm focal length and the other would have a 40mm. So this is the way it goes. and the 18 to 55 is generally in my bag whenever I need it. Alright guys, let's talk about the second camera body that I use for my street and documentary work. So if you see, this is my recent new acquisition. This is a Nikon ZF, an absolutely beautiful camera. When I hold the camera in my hands and then I'm walking on the streets, I mean, I should really be happy about using a particular camera. It should not be very functional, that does not work with me. It should be the best of both worlds, let me put it that way. Yeah. And before I continue with this particular camera as to why I bought it and when I bought it, I would like to let you know that prior to getting this camera, I was using a Leica Q. Got a really good deal on that camera, but then for some reason I did not keep it with me, and that's when I bought the Nikon ZF. Now I'll do another video as to why I did not keep the Leica Q. Do not go wild on the comments, please. Leica Q is a very old camera, close to 12 years. I think 2014, 11 years now. And it does hold well in certain situations in terms of the image quality and all that stuff. Absolutely no complaints on that. 24 megapixel camera. But then the camera is very slow and does lag on many situations in terms of the viewfinder blackout when you're shooting a sequence of images. When, you know, I said, you know what, I think it's 2025. If I have to get a Leica, then I would get the Leica Q3, and I'll soon get it. Let me put it that way, but not now. So for now, I bought the new Nikon ZF, and trust me, this camera is again a beautiful camera in terms of handling, in terms of the way it looks, the manual dials. I mean, it's so beautiful, as is the image quality. There's no question about that. Now this is a Nikon full frame. The focusing is absolutely awesome. I think it's on at par with the Nikon Z6 III, which has recently come out. This is a year old camera now, but this is what I wanted to buy. I mean, I did have an option to get the Z6 III, but like I told you, the look of the camera does matter to me. When I hold it, I mean, it should please me. So I think this is brilliant. Again, there is a detailed review that I have to do about this, which is going to be soon, but this is not a review video. The lens that I use with this camera, as you can see, this is a pancake lens, and precisely this is the reason that I bought it. This is a 26mm 2.8. Now you might ask me that why am I using a 26mm? The only reason again is because when I was going to buy this camera, there was a 28mm available, but then when I saw this particular lens, I said, you know what, I can manage with 2mm with my images. I think that should be fine, because this is absolutely tiny. You can see that. I don't know if the camera is doing justice, but then it's very small, very discreet. I think this is the best lens for my work. I just love the sharpness of the lens, the size of the lens. And honestly speaking, it's been almost 14 years now that I'm doing photography. Have matured over the days with the cameras. Let me tell you that, you know, nowadays I look for lenses which are really small and sharp. I think that's the reason Leica charges so much for their lenses, because they are tiny, small, sharp, beautiful. So I think, you know what, I am kind of inclined towards that kind of experience. So yes, that's the reason that I have a 26mm 2.8 on this. Yeah, what else do I say? This is my first Nikon Z body, and I'm happy that I did not get the Z6 II or the Z7 II, because they're absolutely crap in terms of the focusing and all that. Again, just to summarize, the Nikon ZF with the 26mm 2.8. So you can tell a 28mm 2.8. The other one is the Fujifilm X Pro 3 with the 27mm 1.2, which is equivalent to 40mm. So these are two cameras and the lenses that I carry at any point of time. Now if I'm just carrying one camera, it can be either of them, but I changed the 40mm to 18 to 55mm lens on the Fuji to get that 28mm equivalent. So about the two cameras and the lenses that I use. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please go ahead, subscribe to my channel. There would be more coming, and I'm sure that you would love them. So until the next one, you have a good one. Bye.